Thanks for starting your week with us here on 9 News at 6. I'm Corey Rose.
And I'm Drew Carney. Neighbors out on the Eastern Plains still under evacuation orders this morning. So this is a look at the Sharp fire that's burning in Baca County. I believe we have some pictures to show you, and there you go. The governor's office says across the border from Oklahoma, evacuation orders for the town of Campo have been lifted. But again, rural residents near Campo still under evacuation orders. Meanwhile, closer to the metro area, people sent us photos of some kind of twisting clouds in the sky near I-70 and Tower Road.
So this wound up being a gustnado. And if you've ever wondered what the difference is between a gustnado, a landspout, and a real tornado, we have you covered because we didn't know either. Weather Impact Team meteorologist Jaden Knowles joins us live now to explain. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Corey and Drew. Yeah, you know, after the severe weather that we did see yesterday, mainly around the Eastern Plains, but also here in Aurora, a lot of people were questioning what in the world was that? Was that a tornado? Well, it actually was a gustnado, like Corey just mentioned. And all a gustnado is, it forms on the backside of the thunderstorm, the cooler side of it, the outflow boundary, and it starts rotating from the ground up. But as well as we're in severe weather season, we also have a tornado and a landspout. And I know those are a lot different, so go ahead and take a look at your screen there. Today, we're taking you inside the storm, literally, to break down the difference between a landspout and a tornado. Now, they look similar from a distance, but how they form and how dangerous they are can be very different. Now, a tornado typically forms from a rotating thunderstorm called a supercell. Inside that storm, powerful wind shear creates a horizontal spin, which gets tilted upright by rising air. That's what forms the classic dangerous funnel clouds we all know. Now, tornadoes like these are often stronger, longer lasting, and more destructive with wind speeds that can exceed 200 miles per hour. Now, compare that to a landspout. These usually form without a supercell. Instead, they happen when surface air starts spinning near the ground, kind of like a mini whirlpool, and rising air from a developing cloud stretches that spin into a narrow funnel. Now, landspouts are often weaker and short-lived, but don't be fooled. They can still cause damage, especially to light structures and outdoor events. Well, now you know the difference, especially if you're a kid getting ready to go to school this week. You can now tell your friends the difference between a gustnado, landspout, and tornado. A landspout forms from the ground up. A tornado usually from the cloud to the ground. Live in Aurora, Jaden Knowles for 9 News. And Katie, you know, we're not out to clear yet. We might be done with the severe weather, but now we're talking about snow.
Snow for the mountains, and yes, thankfully we're not talking about the risk, Jaden, of severe storm activity for today, but of course we're getting into severe weather season. Thank you so much for that explanation. Good to know the difference, but regardless whether it's a gustnado, a tornado, or hail, we will let you know here at 9 News if it's coming our way. But this morning, it's cloudy skies, areas of light rain and drizzle here across the metro area. We will continue to watch rounds of rain, though, roll in, so we will be pretty wet for today. In the high country, we have winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings posted. Right now, the heaviest moisture and the most widespread steady precipitation out across the western slope. We'll see rounds of snowfall start to move into our northern mountains. Right now it's tapering off just a touch, and it's mainly just a little drizzly here for the Denver area. But if you are getting ready to step out, definitely want to have the waterproof layer, the rain jacket for today, especially by this afternoon. A little more steady and at times moderate to heavy rainfall will be possible. Temperature-wise, it's also going to stay on the chilly side. We're right now in the low 40s downtown to Boulder and in Castle Rock, mid 40s in Greeley, and you see the temperatures falling through the day. We're watching a front roll in from the north. It'll bring in some gusty winds up to about 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts, with rain likely by 3 o'clock. So as the kids are coming home from school, it's going to be raining. And as you can see into the mountains, we just mentioned winter storm warnings in place and a winter weather advisory. That's in effect now until 9 o'clock this evening. Accumulations, while it will be mainly light over the valley levels, you get to about 10,000 feet and above are high mountain peaks, expecting to see some pretty decent snow accumulations. So just be prepared for winter driving conditions. Also take it really easy in the mountains and with wet to damp roadways here across the metro area. Of course, we always talk about the potential for hydroplaning, and temperature-wise in the 40s, it's not going to warm up much more. You can see, Corey, as we get into right around 10 o'clock this morning, a little more wet weather rolling through, even the potential for a few snowflakes flying, but it's really not going to be snow accumulation. Good news, though, we really aren't talking severe weather, just some good moisture for our state, beneficial for drought conditions.
All right, Katie, thank you. While it's not clear if the weather is playing a role, we are seeing some delays and cancellations out at DIA. At last check, 3 flights flights were canceled. More than 30 are delayed. Meantime, the FAA says it doesn't need to hire as many air traffic controllers as it thought to fix the staffing shortage. The agency originally estimated it needed another 15,000 certified controllers by the year 2028, but now the agency says they can do it with 13,000 instead. The FAA already has about 4,000 trainees in the pipeline.
And taking a live look for your Monday morning drive. 6:05 is your time. Right now we are seeing a lot of slowdowns for anyone heading to Denver International Airport. This is a camera that we have along I-70 and Pena Boulevard. Seeing those delays all the way from Chambers to Havana for anyone heading eastbound. You can see how slow moving it is. Again, this is a live look right now from I-70 at Pena. Now let's talk about a construction closure that we are seeing right now. And it looks like we also have either a brand new crash or a stalled vehicle that just popped up. So I'll check that for you. It looks like that's happening just after the North Washington area. But right now along Havana Street, so just north of I-70, we do have construction happening. Havana Street between 51st Avenue and 56th Avenue is closed right now. You can see that purple shaded area. Again, that's because of construction that CDOT is reporting. It reported about 20 minutes ago. So again, if you have to take this for your morning drive, probably hopping onto I-70, you want to take a different route, Chambers is a good alternate if you're trying to head out the door.
All right, sounds good, Brianna. Meanwhile, Denver police are investigating a deadly head-on crash from over the weekend. This happened along northbound I-25 near 20th. One of the drivers died. The driver of the other car was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. We are still waiting for an update on their condition this morning. According to police, the driver who died was going the wrong way when the crash happened.
Aurora police have arrested a man they say killed a 4-year-old boy. According to investigators, officers responded Saturday night to a call at an apartment on Tennessee Avenue. They found the boy unconscious and not breathing. He later died at the hospital. Police say Alexander Martinez Armstrong admitted to hitting him. He is not the boy's father. He was booked into jail on a first-degree murder charge. Denver has no regulations or guidelines for data centers at this point in time, and that is a concerning situation for some people. 9 News reporter Courtney Yoon is covering this story for us. Courtney, we know that City Council is planning to vote on this proposal this afternoon to halt all new data center construction for up to a year.
Yes, that's right, Corey and Drew. And the point of this moratorium on data centers is to give the city time to draft regulations on energy use, water consumption, noise, and location. So Denver's largest data center is already under construction in Elyria-Swansea. Take a look at this video. The Globeville-Elyria-Swansea Coalition says this facility will have significant impacts. The area has some of the worst air quality in the state already, with the Purina factory and other industries in that area. Neighbors are worried about how much energy and water it will consume, and they're also worried about their health. But according to City Council, this facility under construction right now won't be affected by this moratorium. Permits were already approved under existing zoning rules. The proposed moratorium would apply to new facilities, and it would last up to 1 year or until the city adopts new data center regulations. The second reading is scheduled today, and if it passes, it could take effect on Thursday. So community organizers from the Globeville-Elyria-Swansea Coalition will be here on the front steps of the city and county building later today before City Council votes. They've got a list of demands, including protecting communities during drought and grid stress, full disclosures of energy and water use, and as well as limiting the use of diesel generators. Live in Denver, Courtney Yoon, 9 News.
All right, thank you, Courtney. In other local news this morning, Greeley police say they have found a bronze statue that was stolen last week, although they say they don't know who took it in the first place. The statue is the one we're showing you here. Well, you'll see all of it in just a moment. There you go. It's called the prize catch. It depicts a boy holding a fish, but a moment ago you saw what was left of the statue, just its feet. It's been on display at Glenmere Park since the city bought it in 1999. Last Tuesday, investigators say someone took off with the top portion of the statue. It turns out that a nearby neighbor says they believe that they heard the suspects that afternoon.
Saw a white box truck drive up this road, and they were backing in. She thought they were park workers, so she ignored them.
According to Greeley police, someone sold the statue to Rocky Mountain Recycling. Staff there realized what it was. They called police. Detectives say they have not arrested anyone yet. The investigation continues.
It's no secret Colorado's cost of living is high, but would you believe it is the third highest in the entire country? That's according to a scorecard from the Colorado Chamber of Commerce. The cost of housing was a huge sticking point. The median price of listed homes in Boulder is just shy of $800,000. In Douglas County, the median list price is a little more than $750,000. In Jeffco, you could expect to pay $622,000. Denver prices are a little lower at a median of $535,000. Even with high prices and mortgage rates, Colorado agents are reporting high confidence from home buyers. That's according to a new market trends report from the Colorado Association of Realtors. It showed that the median home price in the Metro Denver area grew 2% in April, up to nearly $590,000. The number of homes under contract and headed for closing also grew by nearly 9% compared to a year ago.
And at 6:10, cloudy skies, areas of light drizzle in and around the Denver metro area this morning. We will see rounds of rain and temperatures only in the 40s for highs. So cloudy and cool early on, more widespread moisture set to roll in from the mountains to the metro through the course of this Monday. We'll talk more about the snow accumulation in the mountains and then how much rain we're expecting. It is going to be cold early tomorrow morning with a freeze watch. Details on just how chilly it's going to get right after the break.